So yeah, this is a first glimpse of his erratic personality. His mood swings of being extremely angry, and this is the backstory of Majora's Mask. The mask that was stolen from me, it is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. Quite creepy. This game is rated E for everyone, apparently. It is said. But with that said, with that joke, I must say that it is appropriate for children, because I played it and I turned out fine, relatively. According to legend, so yeah, the Skull Kid gets his powers from this mask, but the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great. Apocalypse. Fire, burning, engulfing everything. The Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, seal the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. Creepy stuff, but now the tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. I don't know, Happy Mask Salesman, you seem to know quite a lot about this mask, but I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. Just what those entail is never specified. I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. It was that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. Yeah, so what lengths did you take? I mean, he obviously seems distraught that it is brought back into this world, but how did he get it in the first place if it's sealed away in shadow? And if he knew that about the mask, why did he pursue it? It's just... his intentions are so shrouded in mystery. It's amazing. It is just such a cool character, and we'll see more of him in the future. But we'll have to leave you now, buddy. I'll definitely get your mask back at some point. And as you can see, so if you believe that it was magic that summoned the piano over there, or over there, wherever the cutscene was, you can also combine that with the fact that time stops in this place, and that could just be game design, but who knows? I'm not one to be big on game theories, but we'll see. So that we'll actually get a shield later on. There's a shield upgrade that has the face of that mask on there, and I always thought it was cool. I wanted to wear that as a happy mask, but oh well. Unfortunately, we don't get that. And King Dedede or Falco, one of the two is. It looks like that. Maybe a combination of both. And over here, I just am admiring his mask. I apologize if this is uninteresting, but there's like a ladybug mask, a stone-looking mask, an Elvis impersonator, and finally a Mario mask. And I've put the Mario mask and this one over here, the face in agony, clearly, in my top 5 non-transformable or non-wearable masks. And you can, I'll put a link in the description of that as well. I have 3 things to do that for. So yes, he uses the power of the mask, and now we can actually begin the game as Link. We're not... I actually should have specified you can't leave Clocktown as a Deku Scrub. So if you go through that gate straight ahead, we'll be heading to the direction of the swamp. Now we can leave because I have a sword. The Deku Scrub is a child, and we're gonna actually use that song, the inverted Song of Time, so I just need to hear the notes to play it properly, but I have them all memorized. I have at least the song memorized, so I can figure out what the notes are from there. But yeah, we're gonna slow down time. That's the most important song in the game, at least for me. I use it every time I go back, so we can pick up the dog. He's indifferent to my human status now. And as you can see, everyone is going super slowly because it really is a time saver. It's great. But yeah, now we can actually leave. All these gate guards, they prevented the Deku Link, or yeah, Link in his Deku form from leaving because he is a child there. But there's actually quite a few things we can do. So this is East Clocktown. I didn't mean to go here, but I can get to North Clocktown from here. Yeah, there's a few things we can do in Clocktown, and I'm not going to actually leave yet because I'm going to do some of the side quests. And while we don't have access to every single one of them, there is definitely a lot we can pull off. And I didn't talk about Tingle. Oh, Tingle. I'm probably just going to avoid that. I actually quite liked him as a kid. Many people do not, but yeah. I'm just gonna get this heart piece real quick. I don't know why, but as a kid I always looked past, even as an adult actually, I forgot that you could do this. I forgot that this was here, because this is supposed to be a playground, but the way to get up there is by use of those platforms, and I always thought that you had to go up here. I always thought you had to go up a slide, and I just recently found out that you can do that. I don't know why I didn't put it together, but yep, there it is. So now that we have that piece of heart, we can go back to the Great Fairy and take up her offer on that gift. So here we go. And oh yeah, I forgot to get her. I forgot to get her other piece. I'll go do that real quick, but might as well do another quest while we're at it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to transform, and we're gonna have to watch this transformation sequence again, but this is the first time. Yeah, bloodshot eyes, it's quite scary, and you can actually hear cracking of bones, and that's a theory again, but I mean, it has to be painful to go through that transformation, especially the scream that he lets out. No, I'm not ready. I didn't mean to talk to you. I didn't mean to talk to you. Dang it. Maybe I can pop it again. Oh, it's reinflated somehow. So apparently he's shocked, even though I'm still here in my Deku form. So yeah. Are you the one? Yes, I am. And I'm a human, so now you can give me a bomber's notebook. So yeah, if you didn't guess, we have to do this again. Unfortunately. I mean, I say unfortunately, but it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't take that long at all. Especially with the time slowed down. So I'm just going to do this. It's quite fast to use Deku Link, and you don't have to watch the transformation cutscene every time. But I really, really like it, especially his other transformations. So it's a little bit harder to get them as Link. Look at that mid roll there. I was gonna say somersault. I think that's correct, but that might be. No, I'm thinking of cartwheel. Yeah, that was a somersault. But yeah, I'm gonna find them all again, and I say it's harder, but I'm having an easier time than I was with Deku Link. I was messing up quite a bit there, and I'm sorry for that, but oh well. I just rolled into that chicken. There's bloodshed. That's scary. Oh man, I almost trapped you, kid. So you can make them fall to the ground as Deku Link and then go get them as regular Link? Look at, they're so fast, it's so odd to look at. But I'm just going to try and approach them as regular Link. I will have to transform just to use this particular flower to get up here. But he's gonna jump off anyway. Don't break your ankles! Actually, yes, break your ankles, then I can catch you easier. And I'm technically a child. I've been an adult before in the previous game, but now there's one left, and I wonder where it is. It's in West Clocktown. Yay! Let's go there right now. I've already done this before, so I know where you all are. I've probably done that first cycle. I mean, this is the first actual cycle where you can leave Clocktown, but the first real one. And what I mean by cycle is the period of 3 days. Yeah, I've done that so many times. So yes, my name is Thane. So I'm extremely familiar with it. And thank you for the Bomber's Notebook. And the reason I'm doing this right now, you definitely don't have to do that again. But I'm getting the Bomber's Notebook because, well, this for one. Yeah, find troubled people and other names and pictures. Only 20 will fit into the book. So you can keep track of all of the various residents of Clocktown, and when you're trying to help them and do the side quests, it's great to just see the pop-ups, and the feeling of accomplishment you get with it is unmatched. So yeah, the Bomber Secret Society of Justice was added to your notebook. You get this notebook and you get the little pop-ups and text reminders, and it's really, from a completionist standpoint, to see that, it's awesome. And technically, to get 100% in this game, you have to fill up the notebook. Oh yeah, we should activate this before I forget. This owl statue. So if I go on a tangent, please don't panic mind. It's not going to affect my gameplay too much. I just might forget things once in a while. So I hope you don't mind. And you can talk to all the carpenters. You can follow the people of Clocktown around. And they'll do some pretty interesting things. They'll be in different places at each time of the day, and it's just really cool to see. So yeah. I can't skip across the water, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna sink in there. Right in the dirty laundry pool. But this is the fastest mode of transportation for now. You get another transformation in the near future that lets you go at max speed with the fastest available option in the game, and you also get a horse after that, which is kind of weird because it's slower. It's a slower option, but yeah, Deku Link is pretty speedy for now, and I think we'll do that. So yeah, right here I made my promise and returned to her in my true form. And she can give me a gift, but we have to watch her terrifying this again. Oh, tattle and you, kind young one. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm not regular Link. Whoops. Well, I guess it doesn't matter at the moment. We'll see what she says, because I'm kind of curious. Scattered through... Oh, allow me to grant you something good so that the stray fairies will not fear you. So this is weird. She says to return to your actual form, and I have done that. But I'm approaching her as Deku Link, so how does she know? That's kind of weird. Okay, I've never done that before, but I guess that worked, so that's fine. Maybe she's just an all-knowing being. Like a god of sorts. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So that was our first mask that we got. And it's... You know, it looks a little weird. It definitely looks weird to see Link wearing it, at least. But it is one of the most, if not the most helpful mask that you can get. Obviously, there's a lot of segments that you'll play as Link, so you'll have to use the bunny hood. And it's really helpful then. But I just feel like... From a standpoint, from someone, I keep doing from someone who plays the dungeons and wants to complete this game 100%, it's great to have something to find those stray fairies because it's really difficult to do otherwise. And I don't even know if you can do it without the stray fairy mask. So yeah, this is an introduction to Gorman, and he's a troop leader. Unfortunately, his show is cancelled, and I guess we're gonna follow him, and I'll speed up the time again. Sorry, I just have to listen to that. So yeah, we're gonna speed up time again, and we're just going to watch. And I did this as a kid a lot, but you can actually follow people around the town, and you can see what their daily routines are, and you can help just about every one of them. So obviously he's not very happy. He has a serious, stern look on his face, and this is Anju, and she has another completely unrelated side quest. Oh really? That's good. We're always totally booked. I recommend making a reservation if you plan to stay with us during the season. Alright, so I got 2 people added to the notebook. We're going to not help Gorman, but just observe him. And I know where he's going, so I'll follow him in just a bit, but I want to show you guys what I was talking about. So, Anju, I had mentioned her grandmother, and she's actually in this room, and there's a pretty funny cutscene that plays out, because she has written in her diary here, Granny's diary, "It was my granddaughter who cooked again today. Putting that to the lips shortens the life. I thought of a way to get by without eating. I'll try it tomorrow. I just hope I'm not caught." Yep, and she mistakes me for her dead husband, which is kind of weird. Yeah. No, sorry, I meant her nephew, I believe, or her grandchild. In some relation, so that's the way you can make time pass. That's the alternate way if you don't want to use the scarecrow method. So yeah, we're gonna follow Gorman now. And this is just what I'm going to do. We're gonna do a few side quests before we leave for the first major dungeon in classic Zelda fashion. I am of the Gorman troop. I have an appointment to meet with Madam today. Oh, really? Then that should be fine if you just go in. So, this is going to lead to a few cutscenes and some story arcs. This character is pretty sad in that his livelihood is cancelled. You're going to see pretty shortly that things don't go very well for him, so we'll just waltz right in this room. And before he gets in here, you can talk to, this is the manager of the Zora band called the Indogogos. And are the fins damp lately? That's the greeting used among us Zoras. Oh, forgive me. I am Toto, manager of the band, the Indogogos. I'm out of business cards, so a Zora greeting will have to do. Yeah, they're a popular group, and there's a reference to Link's Awakening, the Ballad of the Windfish. Yes, I know that song. Oh, apparently Link doesn't, though. It's such a shame. Added to my list, and we can talk to Madame Aroma, and actually, this leads into another quest. So, oh dear, are you on a field trip, or are you the expert person finder I hired? Yes, yes, I say, you have a knack. The characteristics of the person I want you to find. Yes, yes, I know them. The person I want you to locate is my son. So yeah, he disappeared about a month ago, and I can't get food down my throat, and I've lost 5 pounds. So, yep, now I get a mask of her missing son. So that's an unrelated quest. Sorry to get sidetracked. We'll do 2 in 1. Alright, and now the Gorman brother is coming over here, so just wanted to get that out of the way before we do this little cutscene. So his face is blushing, he's turning red. Madame Aroma, I am Gorman. It has been some time. Thank you for letting us perform at this year's Carnival of Time. Oh dear me, Gorman, there's a problem. Meaning? The opening performance I've asked you to do. Ah, yes. They've cancelled just now. Whoa, what's this? Allow me to explain. Oh, excuse me, I am to work at this year's show, or that was the plan. I am Toto, manager of the Zora band, the Indogogos. Yep, we know that already. An unusual accident in Great Bay. So, yep, one of the performing singers in the band has lost her voice. So they will be canceling the Carnival of Time performance, and he, the Gorman troop leader, was supposed to work and be the opening act. So he's obviously upset. Oh, Gorman, I wish it was only your face that was annoying me right now. That's rude. See, I always like to talk to people twice because there's additional dialogue boxes that open up that you otherwise wouldn't have known. So yeah, he's definitely distraught, and we're going to follow him a little bit more, but I just want to kind of go off of the missing son quest. So Keifi is actually the purple-haired boy wearing that Pikachu mask that we saw earlier. And I know that personally, but no one else does in the town, so yeah, you can wear his mask, and his diary is actually right here because that's his mother, and he has a picture of Anju, the inn lady, or the inn worker, that we also met, so that's a love story between the two, and we have to reunite them. The wedding ceremony is soon. It might be early, but I finished my wedding mask. I wonder if Anju has made hers. She tends to do things at the last minute, so probably not. There's a gathering of the fellows at the milk bar tonight. I plan to show off my wedding mask and talk about my sweetheart as best as I can. Yeah, so that doesn't hint that anything happened. It just leads the player to believe that everything went as normal. So something happened and has caused him to run away, and we're going to solve that mystery. So we're going to try to find Keifi, and I'm going to do a little bit of that quest in this first cycle. I know that's probably not encouraged because you can't actually finish it until I gain access to a certain location, but we will still do the quests and get some masks. So I'm also going to lead us to this room. Now, Madame Aroma, the woman we just spoke with, and Keifi's dad is this other purple-haired man right here, and I'm going to talk to him. So this is between the soldiers and the carpenters arguing whether or not they should evacuate the town. So most of the townsfolk already have taken shelter without waiting for the mayor's orders. The only ones left are public servants and committee members. Yeah, so they want to evacuate and keep the people of Clocktown safe, but these carpenters, on the other hand, and it really splits. It's a real-world dilemma. You don't know which side is more correct because they just want to go with tradition and keep their annual carnival going. And it's unfortunate that everyone wants to cancel it because of the moon, and obviously no one's going to believe, or not a lot of people are going to actually believe that the moon's falling, even though the evidence is quite clear. But it really just, this whole situation right here is very mature, and it just makes me love this game even more, because this is how things would happen if a real life apocalypse would happen. If this was going on in real life, then there would be split decision making. So Madame Aroma would surely say the same thing, wouldn't she, Mayor Detour? Let's not bring my wife into this. So yeah, that's the only time where he actually has any input on the conversation, when his wife is brought in. So I guess we can talk to this lady. Welcome, do you have some business? The room on the left is Mayor's room. It sounds like they're having some kind of meeting, I think. So she's kind of ditzy, and yeah, her animation's pretty funny, so we'll follow Gorman a little bit more. He's going to be obviously fairly upset, like I've been saying, but he's going to actually drown out his sorrows in the milk bar, unfortunately. And if you haven't seen, I have a theorization video on my channel, and it's more of an analysis because I'm using information from in the game, but the milk bar is actually considered to be, like, it's this world's equivalency to alcohol, and that's evident by the name Milk Bar, and this fella right over here, which proves the theory very well, because he starts getting tipsy from milk, and you can see him slamming his fist against the counter, getting very mad and distraught at life. So he's gonna sit here, and he's actually gonna stay here until late at night when the bar actually opens and he can drink. So what are you staring at? Sounds like your show has been cancelled. You don't really need to be here anymore. I came to drink. I'm a customer. Well then, customer, the bar opens at 10 o'clock. This bar is for members only. Those without proof of membership will be refused entry. I don't need milk. I just want to sit and think for a while. Just give me a place to do that. Fine, be my guest. And then you can talk to him, and oh, he calls me sir. That's quite nice. So proof of membership is going to be a specific mask, but he's letting me stay for now, so I can't actually get in here without doing that. Yeah, I'll need the mask, but that's a later. That's a time for later. So I'm gonna slow down time again instead of rolling into this door repeatedly. Alright. And we have a few more things that we can be doing. And I just realized that the next real event type thing is going to be at 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to leave it here. This brings us in time for another meeting between another conversation between two NPCs, and that is Anju. So we're going to continue this missing boy quest. Missing man. It's Madame Aroma's little boy. Oh, I forgot to do that little dialogue. So he just handed her a note from Keifi. You're also looking for Keifi? I have a request. Keifi, I have a clue that will help you find him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to the kitchen. We'll talk then. Yeah, so I just basically missed a little cutscene. I didn't mean to do that. I was talking and let myself get distracted again, but anyway. It was basically just a little fun, a fun exchange between Anju and the postman. She's getting furious because the postman knows of Keifi's location and he won't tell her any information. I imagine that him and Keifi have some sort of pact or some agreement that they won't speak of each other, but that doesn't affect the gameplay. It's just an additional bit of dialogue you can get. So anyway, what else is there to do here? Not too much. I mean, the next thing is to meet her. So we have an appointment, and that's kept in the bomber's notebook. But other than that, I can finally leave town. So stop right there. Have you some errand in the canyon? No, but I'm going to go this way. I can't actually enter Stone Tower yet, so... Ooh, there's the outside of the Astral Observatory. It's very Nice looking. And here's our first glimpse of Termina Field. So we're actually going to head that way toward the mountain that it just pointed us in. And I could have went out the south exit of Clocktown, but I was a bit disoriented, so you can go out any exit. I mean, everything's interconnected, so there's 4 different areas of the game, and those are the major locations that Tail, which is Tattle, my fairy's brother, told us to go searching for. So that's going to be a continuation of our quest, and the whole point of this game... Actually, I'm not going to give it away. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens. So there's something in each of the 4 compass directions that we will need to find, and that's why we have to complete those dungeons. And we'll go there right now. And actually, I just wanted to point out, I didn't know this for the longest time, and this is one of the reasons I love the game so much, because I'm finding new information about it seemingly every day or every time I look into it. And if you bomb this area right here, you'll gain access to an underground area. It's one of those underground tunnels. It's just a little secret, and it has cows that you can play Epona's song, and they'll give you milk. So that's just a really neat little detail. So this opens up for a cutscene, and we're going to actually learn, now that we know the origin of Majora's Mask and what can be done with it, we will see the Skull Kid, which is the character wearing the mask, and we'll see his backstory. So this is really important too. And this is going to be the last real character building cutscene we get for a long time. As far as the major, like Link, the Happy Mask Salesman, and the Skull Kid, which are the heroes and the antagonist. We'll meet characters along the way, and we'll learn a little bit about them, but yeah, this is one of the last major story building elements that we'll get, and we'll open forward with a lot of gameplay from here on out after this cutscene. And they're shivering in the rain. They take shelter in this what is it, a wood hollow carving of a tree that they found, and this gasping creature is shaking violently as well because they're both cold, and it's so sweet. They're keeping warm with the fragile Skull Kid and the little delicate fairies, but they're huddled together and they're keeping warm, and they become friends from that moment on. So on that rainy day, they became the best of buds. Look at them playing the flute, scaring each other in the grass and then laughing. It's such a fun time. And then this is what caused Tattle to remember, or have a recollection in her memory of their meeting, how she came to terms with the Skull Kid. So I'm sure it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that. So with that, we're given a little glimpse of kind of why he stole Majora's Mask. He was always a bit of a trickster, but then his acts turned malevolent when he decided one day to actually conduct thievery for the Happy Mask Salesman. And I'm sure he didn't know the power of the mask, but something was calling for him, and it could be the spirit inside the mask. I don't know. That's not specified. That's just for whatever the player, it's up for their interpretation, and that's one of the beautiful things about games like this. I love it when, like this game in Mother 3, especially the ending of Mother 3, it's left very vague and unexplained. And the reason for that is because they want to leave it up to player interpretation and see what their take on it is. So I'm going to take a little detour for now. That's the shooting gallery. I'm just showing you around before I actually get to the main destination. But I don't have a bow and arrow yet, so I can't take part in that. And there's a little reserve for fresh spring water if I need it. But there is a heart piece somewhere over here. It's in a large tree, and I can't quite remember what it is because I always usually forget about this one. But yep, here it is. And there's bats or geese swarming the area, and I hope they don't home in on me. Yep, they do. Alright, so I'm probably going to need the bow and arrow before I get up there. I'm not even going to attempt it, but at least I know where it is in its exact location now. So we're going to avoid that for now. I'll shoot the keys down when I acquire the proper item to do so. And we'll probably get the shooting gallery heart at the same time. So I'm just going to make my way through this game. I'm going to collect masks as fast as I can and as soon as possible. And we're going to activate this owl statue as well. Might as well. Because these will, you will see, they'll act as warp points. And you can actually save here. The only real way to save is to go back to the dawn of the first day. Those simply, I mentioned it before, but they act as checkpoints. And that means that you can save at the location. Actually, we're just going to avoid this overall. This is the pick-to-box contest. And actually, I'll go inside just to explain. But you can speak with him, and we'll do it right now. That gorgeous chest hair, that disgusting, beautiful chest hair. Blimey, where is he? That spoiled child is off playing hooky again. A child his age has no business searching for fairies. Oh, welcome. Well then, why don't you show me the pictograph you've taken? I don't have a pictograph box at the moment. It's open to all ages, from children to adults. Alright, so I have to ride the boat cruise, and unfortunately she's missing. Ticket office closed. Please inquire at the Magic Hag's potion shop near the edge of the swamp. Yeah, so she's gone missing and we're gonna have to find her. It's probably as a result of the Skull Kid because he's causing problems all over. So that's one of the Deku Scrubs I mentioned earlier, that you can get the title deed and you can trade it for him, and you can have access to that flower, which will allow you to go up there, but we're not gonna get that yet because I don't really want to deal with that trading quest. And the other reason is because another transformation, since he's so tall, you can just get up there. You don't even need to deal with the Deku Scrub. So you can skip the middleman and just go directly there. Yeah, so I was talking about those owl statues earlier. And they act as checkpoints because they're not permanent saves. They're just simply temporary. And that means if you reload the save when you used an owl statue, it's pretty confusing. But if you reset when you restart the game, then it'll go back to the very last time you used the Song of Time. So that Song of Time is really your surefire way. And I'm gonna skip going to the Magic Hag's potion shop because we have to see that her sister's missing first in order for her to give us the item that we need. So here is a monkey, and we're gonna follow him because why not? A little cute monkey. I don't know what it is about these Zelda games and monkeys, but I buy it. I'm all for it. Watch out for killer turtles! I always get hit by them. I can't really avoid it, especially when we're trying to follow the monkey. The way to kill them is to, I say kill, it's pretty violent, but the way to defeat them is to go into the Deku Flower and pop up when they slide past you, but we're not going to bother with that. There's not really a need to, so... Oh, help me! And this is pretty funny, but she actually won't talk to Deku Link. I don't know why. Especially since she's in the swamp, which is home of the Dekus, but... Yeah, she'll only talk to Link in his human form. People are racist towards Deku Scrubs in this game. Bam! I got hit from behind. That pesky Skull Kid. Did he think an old hag wouldn't recognize him if he hit his face? Oh, I should give her a good voice, an old lady voice. Oh, ow! I think he's more powerful, and now I can't even move. Don't you have anything that gives you energy? No, I don't. Sorry. Oh, whoops. I skipped through that dialogue, but she's pretty much telling me that I'm useless. And if you transform back into the Deku Scrub while she's talking and well, she says, "Ack, now I've done it. I've gone and attracted some weirdo's attention. I'll just play dead." And she actually plays dead. She won't talk to him. This is the Magic Hag's potion shop. And we're gonna talk to her. She's not gonna speak with me if I'm Deku Link either, so... Tee-hee-hee, my potions work very well, they do. Oh, Link just told her the news. What's this? The Skull Kid got to KO'd? That's ridiculous. If it's just the Skull Kid, then what harm could he possibly do? Oh, well if that's true, then take this potion to her. This isn't good. So this is the first time we get an empty bottle, and for some reason in the Zelda universes, bottles are a very valuable resource. They hold so many different items, and I guess they're magic bottles, technically. But yeah, they can hold all sorts of things, like healing items for Link, and they're just essential to the series, and they're a series staple. It's really effective to have them in your inventory. Ah, that color, that smell, that's definitely Kotake's. And these are different foods in Japan. I don't know if they're mushrooms. That would make sense because she uses magic mushrooms to brew one of her potions. But I'll have to get back to you on that. I will probably post pictures to you all. And I love how Link was just casually holding out his hand. I'm the swamp tour guide. I run the boat cruise. So yeah, that was the missing person. And now we can get a free boat ride. And I always do this. Like, I meant to exit the Lost Woods, and now I'm just hoping that I go into the wrong door, so I can exit accordingly. You have strange powers, no? Me been watching you. Lately this swamp filled with poison water. Temple above waterfall strange. Brother go to temple. But brother no able to find temple entrance. Temple for Deku only. Good thing I can transform into a Deku. I'll be sure to help you. Taking the 5th spot on my list is a mask located on the Happy Mask salesman's backpack. It is the same face that makes its appearance as Link's mirror shield, which serves as a permanent replacement for the Hylian shield later in the game.